Good morning. It's October 25th. We've got some sideways action in the market, slightly down. We'll take a pause, watching for a setup. Looking at our 4181 chart, we see a 23 fib at about 723.5.6. That's a potential reversal point. We're almost to that 23 fib. Got a foot forming on 377, lots of separation underneath on 610, but we're going further down. The 23.6 again is a potential spot. We'll wait to see if we come down. Okay, we punctured that 23 fib on the 4181. Could have a reversal here. Got a head and shoulders and a kind of a dragonfly. Okay, we're in for a long. We have it coming up to a trend line, so that could be trouble. Okay, we're going to get a few ticks out of this. Our target is up around the mid band. .610 is not buying it. That's troublesome. And we were taken out. So the trend is your friend, and I wasn't being friendly this morning. Okay, we're still around that 23 fib on the 4181. We could have a reversal going up. We've got strong down indicators on a larger chart, so that move probably wasn't that wise. Let's draw a trend line. Coming down to the 50 fib on the 1597 chart. That could be an area for reversal. I'm going to mark that. Got a triple bottom here. 610 is still showing down, so are the larger charts. So If anything, we should be looking for a place to hop on. We've seen the separation elongate time and time again. Okay, we broke out. I'm going to take a short. Okay, we'll see if we can break through this double bottom here. Okay, we're making some headway. Okay, good. We had a 2.5 point winner. That was a simple breakout of a double bottom. So I'm happy with that. Let's pause for the next setup. Okay, we had a triple bottom here we're coming off of. Coming up to a trend line. Didn't hit any of the fibs that I've been watching. It is time to reset our fibs. Okay, I think I've reset my fibs to the latest short area. We're also hitting our Keltner center line. Could have a mid-band push. We've moved through the center line. We're getting good separation on 233, but we're still on the line with 377, coming onto the rail with 610. So kind of a nice bulge and curl up on 987, coming from underneath on 1597. Good separation on 410. 10K still showing down. Could go to the rail, so we could have a reversal down coming up here. We're above the 50. It looks like we've got a 2 bar reversal. BBs aren't buying it yet. Going higher. Coming up to the 76 area. Could have a reversal up here. Haven't quite hit it. That 2 bar reversal looks very tempting. Small charts are still showing strong up though. Even the medium charts are starting to come around. 1597 coming up. So we should have some more up. Again, those separations just seem to string out lately. Not as good as an indicator of a reversal as they have been at sometimes during the past. We'll wait for our setup. Okay, we're starting to show some signs of a reversal. We're not in an area. We are at the upper Keltner band. Okay, now we're up there. So if we have a bar setup, we got a bounce on 233 heading further up. Could have a head and shoulders there. Nope, we're continuing to head up. Now we're getting lots of separation on 144. Tons of separation, although we're going to the rail on 987. We've reached this pivot point and have a nice setup here for short. But 610 isn't buying it, neither are most of the small charts. So we may well have further up after a little pullback. Yeah, we tapped on the 23. Looks like we're heading back up. Okay, we got a nice, well, it's kind of a weak V on 233, so not expecting too much down from that. Centerline resistance on 377, coming to the rail on 610, but all indications say on the short term still up, long term still down. So it came down and tapped to 23. Let's wait for a setup. Okay, we saw a classical pattern where we came up to the 89. Now came back down to 38, 38, 89, 38. Here's a dual bar reversal. Very tempting. Got too many indicators. Long term going down though, and it looks like we're in a sideways channel. So we could have a breakout from that, but beware. On your initial breakout, you often see a pullback, getting some separation underneath on 144. Could have a mid-band push here. Volumes are good, so we should see some action. We're getting some coiling here, I believe, in this channel. Got to be careful again on the channel. You could have a breakout, but then a pretty quick. Okay, we're breaking to the top. Let's see if we get a pullback. No, we got some a very good push. Got a head and shoulders, but we're continuing up. A lot of strength. Now we're starting to get in a double top. 610 is coming to centerline resistance. 987's on the rail, coming to Bollinger Band resistance on 1597. Could have a reversal coming up here. We're hitting the just about to hit the 23 fib on the 4181. We just touched that, so this could be that probably is an opportunity for reversal. Looks like we're going to get a strong V down on 233. 610 is still not buying it, although it's got great separation. 987 right on the rail, so can't have a lot of confidence in this. Getting a little bit of a shape on the pricing here. It looks like a foot. Got kind of a long crazy foot on 144. From all indications we should be looking at a short here, but you know, it's not real clear. Could have that mid-band push. Look at the diversion on the 144. Look at that distance. BBs would have to come up, of course. Getting some conflicting signals. Not a lot of sideways indication either. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope this isn't your first rodeo, because it's a good ride. It's a good ride. Okay, it's time to regroup on the fibs. Okay, it was real difficult to tell where to put the short fibs. I settled on this. Looks like we're getting some respect for these lines. Got a downtrend going now. 610 is showing a possible strong V and could break the top Bollinger. If that occurs, we should be looking for a short, because our long charts are already in agreement with the short. Let's get this guy off of here. Let's wait for a setup. Okay, we closed below the 50. Could go back up to the deeps and do a reverse. That would help us set up a foot on 610. So let's place that marker. Okay, we got news coming up at 9 o'clock, so want to be aware of that. Got kind of a mid to push going right now. Price coming up to the Keltner mid band with fair divergence here. Still have the opportunity. See what happens here. Didn't quite make it to the 23 fib. Got a nice dual bark being created. BBs are still pointed up, so that's not a plus for a short. Gotta have enough alignment of the stars to place your order. Alright, now we're getting a strong V down on 233, perhaps. Nope. Let's see if we can get up to that 23. That would help the 610 foot form also if we're looking for a short. Coming up to resistance on 1597, top Bollinger Band. $41.81's coming into rail. 10K still showing strong down. Okay, now it blew right through the 23 all the way to the very deeps, 89. Excuse me, the 11. Depending on which way you've set it up. We're also coming up to the 23 fib on the 41.81 right here. So we could have a reversal right about here. There's a nice head and shoulders. That looks pretty tempting. Got a good separation on 610. Like to see some down action before we commit. Oh, looks like we got it sideways going, so let's wait for a setup. Okay, we've come up to a double top. Still pretty strong up indication, and weakness on the down now on 41.81. I like that bar right there. Yeah, that was perhaps a good bar. If there's anything a guy likes, it's a good bar. Alright, here we're coming down. We've got plenty of separation for a potential mid-band push. 41. The 610 though looks like down, so got a head and shoulders that worked, coming back up, creating a shoulder perhaps. So this might be a good sell opportunity. Got another one of those dragonflies, very intriguing insect in the trading world. Well, we were forming a shoulder, it looked like. Now it's getting kind of strange on us. Could be a shoulder, head, shoulder here, but kind of a strange one. Not that that hasn't occurred. Still have mid-band push opportunity. So, we're just getting all kinds of signaling. Let's take a real short fib measurement here, and I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, we've got our 76 reversal here. If we get down to that level, we got a potential for more up. I think in general the market is moving up. If you look at this Keltner midband, he's basically going up, even though we've got pretty strong indicators on the big chart. So that's divergence, right? This is going up, they're going down. That's a problem. That means that we could well be coming down today. So far, we have been. It's on this swing since now. Okay, we got our news coming out now. It's 9 o'clock. So let's take a break and see what happens. Okay, it looks like the news that came out, which is basically negative, took its hold. It also validated the head and shoulders that we saw, shoulder, head, shoulder, down, and for that to be accurate, we more than covered that. I think that would have brought us down to this 719.4 level, and we're still going down from the bad news. Alright, let's see if we make a bounce at this area. That's a 76 fib on the bigger picture. Didn't quite make it down there. That doesn't mean we won't. Still showing big time down on the 10K, 4181s coming to the rail. Could be a bounce. Alright, this looks like a possible mid-band push. Okay, here we're coming up to this 23, but everything's very volatile now with the news, so we probably want to wait to let that shake out. Got another half-hour trading. Want to keep our powder dry right now. Got a lot of volume, a lot of excitement. You can look at the market news in two ways. It can tear you up if you are looking for stability, or you could consider it exciting. It's an exciting world we live in. It's not the greatest comforting world, if you will. Let's take a check on this little fib here. Okay, this short-term fib was met at the 23 level. Had a nice decline here. Small gain so far. That thing could turn into more gain. Look at the bulge we had on 610. Things were happening pretty fast, and it was difficult to pick up on that, but that would have been a nice run if you could have grabbed it. 22 to 18, almost 4.5 points. That would have been sweet, but you got some pretty treacherous water right in here. Okay, we come under the 50, may come back up to the 23 and go for the deeps. Let's see if that's a possibility. You've got 610 bouncing on the center line, so It's telling you could have further down, maybe a little foot here on 987, or inside the rail on 1597, so that's pretty weak up. Here we have a nice head and shoulders. Seem to be moving between the fibs with imprecision, but nevertheless we're getting the kind of symmetry that we like to see in the market. Helps us place our trades. Almost 5 minutes after the news now, so it might be time to take that checkered flag, or the what flag do they place when you're racing? Yellow flag. Anyway, take that off and resume our trading. Getting some zigzagging going on in 2233.77. Makes you want to stay away. Look at 610. He's going a little berserk too. Oh, there's a little more order to it. Bull or bear, it's difficult to say. We are getting some. Oh, look at the sideways indication now on 377, 233. Getting into a channel. Let's see what this fib did. Yeah, it came right down to the 23.76 rather, and did a reversal. Pretty sweet. Now let's see what he's doing on this little guy. Yeah, I mean, look at that. We're just getting a tightening and tightening, but nevertheless they're hitting their 76s, 23s, whichever way you're looking at it, and it looks like another one here. I mean, they're just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Makes it difficult to want to trade. Here's another one hitting the 76. If it bounces up to here, that that just proves we're hitting a smaller and smaller cycle of fib bouncing. Oh, now we're breaking out. Could be hitting our fib here. We've hit it. Could have reverse up. Could be getting a funny foot in 987. Look at this. 1597. That could be saying, hey, I'm rolling over. 4181 is going down, but it's on the line. I mean, just showing you that a lot of uncertainty as to where price is going right now according to MACD. Okay, let's take a breath, take a pause. Okay, we have a wedge formation. We just broke out of it. Might be good for a short. The 987 could roll over and down, but look at how narrow those bands are. Not very comforting. Went back up into the wedge, coming to potential mid-band push. Still got a lot of down pressure, so okay, here we go with a pretty good 2-bar reversal, perhaps. I'll tell you, I just don't trust it right now. Look at the BB pattern on 610. That's one only a mother could love. Kind of going straight sideways on 987. The down did not occur. Got kind of a wild foot formation possible on 377. Got a potential mid-band push here. Got some divergence. We blew through that. Coming up to resistance. Let's see where that 23 fib is. I'm going to pause. Okay, we went through our 23 fib, going higher, perhaps going up to this 23 at the larger scale. So we got a potential reverse point there. There's a nice head and shoulders right there. Might have been a sweet trade. Didn't really have time to look at the BBs to see what they're saying, but the big charts are showing down. Wow, look at that long bar jumping up. That'll keep you honest. That consumer confidence really dropped. We expected an index of 46 and we got one of 40. That's pretty that matters. How it turns out in the market is more difficult to read, but we want slow, steady growth, but not this slow. Okay, here we come. Bouncing around this 23 fib. Could we well be in for a short? Getting separation now at 987. Or this pattern could just be further tightening. Pretty much getting higher lows and lower highs. Maybe we'll end up with the price not changing at all for the rest of eternity. Ha ha ha. Okay, what we really know is the price is coiling, restricting, consolidating, whatever you want to call it. And we're at the mid band, got some divergence here. Could well be going up. Well, look at this pattern. I mean, that's very tight piece of consolidation. We had one here, a little lower, had one up here, had one up here. They're just going lower and lower, and at the low end they're going higher and higher, with the exception of this anomaly. And our BBs are telling us still long-term down, short-term up, medium-term mild up. So maybe we can get up to this 23 and do a reversal. We'll wait for a setup. Okay, this spring has coiled to the point where you feel like there's going to be an explosion. It's 9:15 and something's got to give. Okay, here we have a lot of divergence. We're way past the Keltner center line, but we're just coming to the center line, the BBs. Also got divergence here. Price trend coming down while these peaks are even. So it implies down, down, down. Everything's implying down right now. Wouldn't want to take a long right now. That seems like common sense. Then again, that may be the common sense of the herd, and we don't want to be in the herd. Moo. Okay, coming to center line. decent trade in terms of being a mid-band push, but it's going against the grain here. Maybe that's what we want to do, go against the grain. Okay, now we got this little trend going here. Might get up to there. Now we're getting really nitpicky. Look at this, look at this. We are just in a little funk. Let's wait for a trade. I'm going to pause. Look at this, we've got more blue boxes you can shake a stick at, indicating our 23 and 76 fib areas. Oh, now it's time to set up another one. It's getting tiring. Okay, we've got yet another 76 set up. Looks like we're respecting this 23 up here. Amazing how that works. Getting a lot of separation on this 233. Inside here, weak up. Could be coming to the rail on 610. Separation, separation. Down coming underneath. We could have a move up on the long term. It is possible. Let's see where those BBs actually are. Okay, so they're on the inside. It's not helping us much. It's just showing weakness. All right, here we're coming up to a little larger frame on the fibs. 23, that could be significant. Look at this 1597. Demonstrates how much we're in a sideways channel right now. Okay, we've touched that 76. Looks like we got a dual bar reversal. Lots of separation. Is that a good trade? I don't know. Okay, we're going higher, so that's the answer to that question. Reaching the very deeps, the 11%. Lots of separation, but a pretty strong up right now. A dual bar reversal. Still looking strong up. .144 is curling around. A lot of separation. That's very tempting head and shoulders. Price seems to be stuck at this 23 fib. Now we're seeing some movement. Staying there for quite a while. That is a pretty head and shoulders. Tempting, tempting. every Bollinger Band on the bottom for the mid and small charts is pointing up. 4181 sideways and 10K down. So still looking at more up according to those guys. Let's pause. Okay, we're going higher, coming to a double top at 723.5. Again, we're up to this 89.11 fib, which is the 23 on the 4181 chart and the 38 on the 1597 charts as I've got them set up. Lots of separation. It would seem like, you know, hey, this is an opportunity for short. And we're going higher. Coming up to this double top. That's a potential for a reversal, for a pivot, coming right up to resistance on the 987. 610 is flying high, defying gravity, and now we're blowing through the double top. Time to reset our fib. Let's take a break. Okay, we reset our fibs and drew a new trend line. Got a strong V down on 233. Then a lot of separation. Even the 10K is on the line though, so not a lot of strong down. $41.81 could be forming a foot. That would be awesome, but it's the end of my trading period, so I'm going to call it a day. I had 2 trades for the day. Let me show them to you. Okay, I had 2 trades for the day. The first was lost connection with my broker. Anyway, the first trade of the day was an 8-tick loss. I used a 7-tick stop, but the market took an extra. Then I had my 25-tick short, and that left me with a profit of 172 net. So that's a good day, and I'm going to prepare my log now and post that also with explanations for my purposes of study on why did I get into the trade, why did I get out of the trade, and we'll see you tomorrow.